one episode review. I take the first episode of a recently airing anime, watch it, and tell you what I think about it. Because while you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, especially in anime, the first impression is always the most important. Today's victim, Gundam-san. Mobile Suit Gundam-san, or just Gundam-san as it's commonly known. What is there to say about this show? I mean, honestly, it's only 3 minutes long, and actually if you take the minute of credits out of it, it comes to only about 2 minutes worth of content to discuss. And quite honestly, that's not a whole lot of material to even think about or talk about, so it's kind of hard to even come up with arguments about this or anything to really say. And well, I just gotta come out and say it. I've seen Char in a new light. I've seen way more of Char from Gundam than I've ever expected to see, and quite honestly, I hope to never see that ever again. Let me just put it this way. Expect to see tons and tons of AMV Hell clips put to Char shaking his ass on the screen, buck naked. You heard it here first, folks. Mobile Suit Gundam-san is actually an adaptation of a 4-panel Coma manga. It's a parody manga that's actually considered part of the whole Gundam franchise. And, well, they decided to animate it and adapt it for anime's sake. And because of that, it actually is very similar in presentation to Azumanga Daioh, basically. The main difference, of course, being that they opted to only show 2 to 3 of the segments from the manga per episode, versus a whole lot more. It's the difference between the reason why it's only a 3-minute episode versus Azumanga Daioh, which actually came out in full-length anime episodes, about 22 minutes long or so. So, taking that into consideration, basically the storyline, it's silly, it's zany. The very first episode here, I mean, they took the joke, and believe me, it's a big joke with most Gundam as it goes, of if you paint a Zaku red, it will get 3 times the power and 3 times the speed. They took that joke and they ran with it. I mean, they went out there with that joke. Char's like, come on, 3 times the speed, 3 times the power, dancing and singing and all this other stuff, and then he has a friend, another partner, somebody else on the ship who's basically the straight character in this, and she puts a gun to his mouth and is like, so shall we paint it red with crimson, you know, paint it with your blood? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll never even think about doing that again. And then later on, she's like, you're not painting it gold either. And if you know Gundam, that's something that actually happens. I believe it happens in one of the movies. He shows up in a gold Zaku, and it's just as strong as his red Zakus. So they kind of took that and run with it. And I apologize about the spoilers, but that's probably something that's going to happen a lot, because, I mean, it's only 2 minutes of content to talk about. What else is there to say? The show is zany, it's silly, it's slapstick. It's exactly what I come to expect from a 4-panel Coma. And quite honestly, I didn't know what to expect about the show itself, about Gundam-san itself, because I've never actually read the manga. So, at the very least, I got what I expected out of a 4-panel Coma, and that's really all there is to say about it. Just thinking about it, it's the right amount of silly, the right amount of zany that I kind of want, so I'm probably going to continue to watch. I'm going to download the rest of the episodes, watch through, and enjoy it, I hope. Problem is, I know that by doing this, I'm probably going to not get my hope of never seeing Char naked again. because I have a feeling that's probably going to be a very common theme in this show from this point on. As for recommendations, like I said, I'm probably going to sit down and watch it. And if you're a fan of Gundam, you're a fan of the manga Gundam-san, or you just like silly, zany, slapstick, parody type things, this is probably going to be up in your alley. And who cares? It's only 3 minutes of your time wasted, so go give it a try. As for me, I'm going to try and wash that view out of my mind. Or make an AMV out of it. One or the other. We'll see. See y'all next time. Nate, signing off.